Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormis back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another album review. I'm pretty excited for today's album review. This is an album I've been listening to a lot lately. Now, I'm not sure when this video is going out, but this album actually only came out last Friday, which I think was March 4th, I believe it was. So today we're going to be talking about Better Than You, the collab album between NBA YoungBoy and DaBaby, who are two very interesting artists in their own respect. Of course, YoungBoy is so famous on YouTube, arguably one of the most famous rappers on YouTube. He's got a very impressive following, low-key probably a bit of a cult following, but that's okay, nothing wrong with that. I'm in a juice cult following, so. And then DaBaby is obviously been in some drama over the past year or 2 years, and I feel bad for him, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, what he had said was not nice and was definitely unwarranted, and I do not agree with the things he said, but unfortunately, I mean, cancel culture is so huge nowadays, especially for my generation. Nonetheless, this is not what the video is about. Let's talk about the album. So I've actually got a bit of a new format going for the albums now. I think it might make it a little more interesting for you guys. So I'm going to go through each and every track on the album and tell you my thoughts about it. I ran through it 2 full listens. And I wrote down some thoughts I had about each song, and yeah, I think it might be a little bit easier and a little bit more cohesive for the video. So we'll try it, and I have some overall thoughts for the end. I just have it here in my notes. So I've definitely listened to this album through more than twice now, and I have a playlist with 9 out of the 12 songs, I think it is. So, yeah, this is obviously DaBaby and NBA YoungBoy's first collab album. I believe it's DaBaby's first collab album. I don't know if it's YoungBoy's first collab album, though. Let me know on that, because I'm not too sure. So, let's start it off with the introduction to the album. We have Hit, which is actually a pretty popular song on TikTok, or that's where I first heard the song. Which is pretty interesting. I didn't even realize that it was a part of this project, or it was a single leading up to this project. But yeah, I've seen it on a bunch of edits before lately in my side of TikTok, at least. It is an absolute banger, though. I really love this song. I'm intrigued to see how it will age, because obviously it's only been about 9-10 days at the time of recording this. So I'm intrigued to see how it actually ages for me, because yeah, I'm intrigued to see if it'll stick through my rotation, because I feel like the chorus is a tad annoying. Obviously, it's basically just YoungBoy repeating the word hit, but eventually I feel like it may fall out of my rotation. But I'm excited to listen to this song and a couple other songs in the summer. I think it'll be very good for summer listening, but overall, I think it's a banger. Then we move on to track number 2, which is On This Line, which is a decent song. All I had wrote for was that it was a good song. I don't think it's anything too special, nor do I think it's anything bad or great. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I just find it's a bit of a boring song for the most part. Then we have A Little to a Lot, which is actually... I don't find the chorus is very great, but I think the verses between Baby and YoungBoy are both really strong. I'm just not a big fan of the chorus, but I do want to talk about TNT and D-Mac's production on the song, because I think the production on the song is fantastic, and TNT and D-Mac have produced some of my favorite Polo G or Lil TJ songs, and yeah, definitely adding that to their adding this song to their discography, I think is really good, because again, I'm a big fan of this song. So then we move on to Wi-Fi. I think this is an absolutely menacing and dark production, which I think is very awesome, and I think both DaBaby and YoungBoy kind of slide on the beat. I think it's a very clean beat, and I again think it is a banger. Definitely one of my favorite songs off the project. And I kind of like the way that they address like cancel culture in the chorus, that you could die on the Wi-Fi, which is, I think, is funny. So BBL is up next, which is track number Oh, sorry, no, never mind. I skipped Turbo. Turbo is track number 5. Arguably my favorite song from this project. Of course, it is a rage beat, and you guys know I love my rage production. That's such a big thing for me. It's basically my favorite subgenre, I would say, of hip hop. I think it's a banger, and again, yeah, I think it's probably my favorite song off the project. Then we move on to BBL, which is track number 6. I absolutely love the piano on it, but that's honestly all I really care about for the song. I found it was a very mid song. It's definitely not a song I'm going to be revisiting upon or in the future, but that's all right. Then we have Count on Me. Again, I have it as a mid song, and I said I won't be revisiting this one often, so I think that one's one of probably my second least favorite. There's a song later on in the track list that's my definite least favorite. I tried giving BBL and Count on Me a bit more of a chance, but just not really one I'm going to be revisiting much. And then we go to Syracuse, which is a very interesting one because, man, when I first heard this, I'm like, what the hell am I listening to? Is this Playboy Cardi? But no, YB is doing the Cardi baby voice, and honestly, I can't wait to hear about this. I'm gonna get hate for this. I think YoungBoy does it better than Cardi. I don't like Cardi's music at all, though, so perhaps slightly biased. I mean, I'm not a big YoungBoy fan, but I do listen to some of his music. But I definitely like YoungBoy's baby voice more than Cardi's baby voice. This is an absolute banger, though, as well. This song is fantastic. I love the chorus. I love the different flows and beat changes, or not beat changes, sorry, flow changes from YoungBoy. I think it's fantastic. I think DaBaby doesn't even really need to be on this song. I mean, he's not really on it anyways. I absolutely love the extra ad-libs on this song as well. It's fantastic. But definitely a banger for me. And then we move on to Creeper, which is definitely the one song on this project that I'm going to be skipping every single time. I'm not a fan of that song at all. Not really sure what it is. It's just not a big fan of the flows, not a big fan of the production, unfortunately. Just definitely a skip for me. Then moving on to Head Off. I think it's a greatly produced song, and I absolutely love the chorus. I think it's a great chorus as well. Not a big fan of the verses, so I mean, I feel like that's pretty standard for a lot of songs, though. The chorus is strong, the verses not as much. I think it's a somewhat average song. It's not really one I'm going to be revisiting much either, although I do, like I said, absolutely love the production. And then we move on to Neighborhood Superstar. I feel like this is a very stereotypical produced beat for NBA YoungBoy. If that makes any sense, like it just sounds like such a YoungBoy song. If that makes any sense, I absolutely love DaBaby's first verse. It is fantastic, and I absolutely love YoungBoy's second verse. I think both of those verses are fantastic. Those are the things that really stood out to me in Neighborhood Superstar. Kind of sounds like it's a bit of a freestyle where they're just going back and forth, which is pretty cool. And then Bestie to end off the project. It's again another greatly produced song. I think the production is fantastic. Like it's a high W for production wise on this album. And it also has a great transition into Hit. It's just an immediate transition back to the start of the album in Hit. And I really, really like that as well. So overall, I think it's a good project that I'm going to be revisiting. Only 2 or 3 skips. I think it's a great length for runtime and how many songs are on it. Overall, a solid project and one of my favorites of the year so far. And I think there's very good chemistry between the two. Of course, they have a couple of songs together, and those songs are bangers as well. I like how short this project is. It's condensed. It's not like a 24 track project, which I think is very nice. Again, it's short, sweet, concise, and it's condensed. There's no extra features, which I honestly think is a good thing, because, yeah, I just think it kind of makes it a little bit better. for the track list. So overall, there is 12 songs on this project. It's a 34-minute listen. Obviously, it's not a large project by any means, and I have 9 songs from it in my playlist, and definitely my 9 favorite songs of March 2022 so far. So I'm taking Hit with me on this line, Little to a Lot, Wi-Fi, Turbo, Syracuse, Head Off, Neighborhood Superstar, and Bestie. Those are the songs I've been listening to the most. Those are all songs that have stuck through so far in the rotation. It's 9 out of the 12 songs, so overall, very solid project from the two of them, of DaBaby and YoungBoy. I'm intrigued to see more collabs from them. I'd seen DaBaby tweet out that this only took them like, I think 2 or 3 days or something like that. Like it only took a couple recording sessions. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I am intrigued to see again how much this sticks through my rotation throughout the year. Again, though, it is definitely one of my favorite projects so far this year. So I'm excited to see how it ages as the year goes on. Great trap album, really. I think it's a very good album. One of the best so far this year. So thank you all so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you all did enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on the project, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.